With gun control becoming the hot button topic that will lead to Beto O'Rourke's fifth campaign relaunch, certain local stories that may never otherwise see a national stage have suddenly come to the forefront. And such was the case on Tuesday when the presidential candidate tweeted this story out, assuring us that he is going to buy back all assault weapons. Now, because this story seemed so outrageous, I had to follow up on it, and of course, I started with the article that was cited, but I looked deeper into it, hoping to find a counter opinion. Unfortunately, what little coverage I did find all said the same thing. The very basics are simple. On Monday, 18-year-old Alexis Wilson was arrested for allegations that she wanted to shoot up her former high school. The charge is felony terrorist hoax, which includes false information or hoax pertaining to attacks on government buildings, and it carries a sentence of 10 years. Now, this of course is the very simplest part of the facts about the story, but I'd like to take some time and look at a couple of details that surround this story from what I've read. Now, according to everything that I see, Alexis is a teen girl from a small town who was bullied to the point of dropping out of school her freshman year. After finishing school at a military academy, Wilson found work at a small local pizza parlor. According to reports, Wilson had trouble in school previously for bringing a knife to school and other issues stemming from her bullying. Other reports allege that she had a like on a Facebook fan page for a documentary on Columbine, and her booking photo featured a t-shirt bearing the name of the Anarchist Cookbook. According to the report, Wilson showed a coworker a video of herself shooting a newly purchased semi-automatic AK47, and this video is confirmed she had this on her phone. But Alexis then alleged that she was intending to use the new gun to shoot 400 people just for fun. So says the police report. Now, the first thing that stuck out to me like a sore thumb when I started reading this story was how convenient that it was that this story happened while the less popular sporting rifle is suddenly in the crosshairs of the news reports. But of course there is more to the story than that, and I couldn't help but think about the event that started my political motivation when I was 15 years old, and the same event that helped get this channel started as I started seeing similarities between that and the Parkland shooting. To recap the video, which will be linked in the description below, back in 2000, when my best friend had his major falling out and screamed at anyone who would listen, the rumor was quickly circulated that he had threatened our school with a shooting, and as close as we were to Columbine, everybody was on edge thinking about it. And of course, in the small town atmosphere that we grew up in, everybody knew that the boy had been bullied, and everybody knew that he had a temper. Now, I believe my friend. I know the upbringing that we had, both in his family and in mine, and I know what he would have had to face if he had to go home to his parents. He would have been begging the police to take him away if he'd had to go home and face his parents and tell him that he had done something like that. So I don't think that he was capable of such a thought, no matter how angry he got. But in reality, as my friend has passed away due to a heart complication, only one person on the planet actually knows what really happened in that conversation in that hallway. And the situation with Alexis Wilson seems almost identical. What you see on the map in front of you is a map of McAlester, Oklahoma. And what I can tell you from this map is this is a town that may be smaller and even more rural than the small farming community that I went to high school in. And with this in mind, we see another instance of a young woman in a town that everybody knows everybody in. Miss Wilson is known for being bullied at school, just like my friend was, and having issues with the school, including bringing a knife to school in the past. What I can tell you from the news stories is this. To the best of my knowledge, only two people know what actually happened in that conversation. In the wake of gun control legislation and the hysteria surrounding it, including memories of the Parkland shooting and so many shootings that followed, a former bullying victim buying an AK and showing videos of herself shooting it as 18-year-olds tend to do, may cause a person to remember events very differently, whether it was malicious or not. And suddenly a young woman is sitting here with a felony allegation that she may or may not be able to fight, depending on how the media spins things. Now, Alexis is currently awaiting pre-trial on a very substantial cash bond. I've read some of the reports that have said that she may actually have confessed to making this statement, but other reports say that she tried to assure police that she meant something completely different by it. But with that in mind, we realize the fact that this would be a very interesting trial to follow, but unfortunately we may never get closure to this story. It was enough to throw red meat to the gun control movement, and according to them, Miss Wilson is guilty with no representation or trial, and continuing the story may change that narrative. But it's not on us anymore. It's on the Pittsburgh County Court now, and the decision is between Wilson, her attorney, and the judge. What do you think about this story out of Oklahoma, and what do you think this does to the gun control agenda? I always welcome thoughtful and positive discussion in the comment section below, and especially over on Twitter, that is at EdsBlog Twitter, with a 1 in place of the I. Thanks as always for listening to this show and supporting this channel. And remember, never take the words of bloggers, podcasters, or journalists as gospel. Find all the facts and draw your own conclusions. Take care.